Hi guys, Mike here from KS Bushcraft Down Under. So my Frontrunner Wolf Pack Pro. I love these boxes. The perfect size, shape, stackable, strong, but not in the least bit water resistant. So I reached out to Frontrunner and I said this is leaking like a sieve. Tested it with a bucket full of soapy water. Maybe my test was a bit over the top. They came back at me and said slightly water resistant. I don't know what slightly water resistant means. Maybe you can float this around in the fish pond, it'll be water resistant. So I tested it with just a car washing sponge. Then I hit it with a garden blower. Right guys, I'm going to give this a more gentle waterproof test than I did with the bucket. So I'm going to make sure my lid's seated. Press it as hard as I can while putting the latches on. So rather than the bucket of water, I'm just going to place a sponge on it. So, to simulate driving off in your four-wheel drive, I'm going to hit it with a garden blower. Let's have a look inside. Well, that's not water resistant at all, is it? And it leaked. So for the money, I'd have to spend about $68. $150 buys me a really solid Rhino box that is lockable and waterproof. So I don't know whether just ditch these and stop looking at them, or have a go if I can make it a bit better water resistant. The problem is the corners. There's a couple of little notches in the corner and the water pools up in here and comes over the top of the seal. Even though there's a rubber seal in the lid, it certainly pours in. So my thought is to get in here with a drill bit and punch some additional holes. It won't make it waterproof in a torrential downpour, but if I can just stack them outside the car when I'm making camp, knowing that I'm keeping the contents dry, if it should rain, I can deal with that. Yeah, I mean there's pictures of these on roof racks of cars and I'm sure they're doing 100 kilometers an hour and it does rain sometimes. So it should be able to resist that, which at the moment it can't. So I'm going to get in here with a drill and make a whole pile of holes. So a 5mm drill bit, and I want to be hitting between these two lugs here. So I'll see how many 5mm holes I can squeeze into this corner piece, and I'll repeat on all four corners. Put 5 holes in each corner. Let's get the plastic swarf out of the way. I'll get this cleaned up and then we'll try the sponge test again. If it gets past that, I'll try the bucket test. Ooh, that's an improvement. It's dry. Right guys, pushing down, locking up. Now some guys online are saying they're hard to open when there's been a change in atmospheric pressure, but certainly not. So let's go for it. we've got a few drops, and they've actually come along this line here. Before it was pouring through the corners. But a huge improvement on the previous one without any holes. Well guys, last shot. What I've done, I've added holes closer to where these vents are. So to give it more chance to disperse water before it runs through this edge here. There. Descender. This time I'm just going to let it drain off by itself before I crack the lid. Although we should be able to open a wet box lid without it pouring in. The corners are all clear, there's no water building up that I can see. Square. Ah well. That's me defeated. It really is. Right guys, these Rhino cargo cases at Bunnings at 150 bucks. So twice the price of these front run boxes. But 2 of these Rhino cases should make 3 of those. So I've got room for 2 of the Rhino cases. And I'm hoping they're going to be a lot more watertight. Now the lids don't remove, which is one of the pluses of these guys. You can take the lid off and get all the way in. But these ones have clasps on so you can lock them. Nothing's undefeatable. I'll give it a brutal water test. And it's dry on the inside. Well, that's the burners, isn't it?